You live or you die. Others, even while trying to flee, end up dying. They don't talk about human rights because these people see us as subhumans. They see us as slaves. That's how it is in their minds. They have never changed their mindset, but it's up to us to show them that we are not slaves and we will never accept this state of affairs. So don't be fooled by the stories. They tell to anyone who will listen. You must stay focused on your fight. Stay focused. We know what we are doing. And even now, the VTP commander told me that there is a human rights training session underway for group leaders and their deputies. If we make efforts, we know it's for ourselves. We no longer do things to please someone else. We do it for our homeland. And you are committed to that. Defend your homeland. Do not listen to those individuals. They should not affect your morale. In the history of the world, there have been wars. And during the Second World War, people organized themselves to defend all over the place. But there is a country that could not defend itself, which had to come and take our ancestors to go defend them. And today that same country wants to give us lessons. The pot calling the kettle black. No. You are the descendants of those same ancestors who went to defend others, who liberated the world from Nazism. Today you are fighting for your lands. These same individuals dare to create terms to tarnish you. We oppose this. We will never agree. Continue to defend your lands. It is your wealth that interests these people. It's our gold, it's our minerals that interest them. Otherwise, why come and drive out entire villages to seize our lands? So we will fight and we will reclaim our lands, our wealth. It belongs to us. It's for us. It will benefit us and our children. I therefore encourage you to remember that this war is to free us from slavery. It's for our independence. And you must keep your spirits high, stay strong. Never give in to manipulators, to those individuals who no longer understand the notion of homeland, or to those people who come from outside to try to subdue us through their terms they invented and their organizations they created to enslave us. Fight, move forward, do everything you can. Draw, as I said, from your cultural resources, from what you have been shaped by since the village. Draw from it and wage this war. Stay focused and stay strong.
These words resonated deeply with millions across Africa. In countries rich with resources yet plagued by poverty, people are beginning to ask serious questions. How is it that nations sitting on gold, diamonds, and oil remain some of the poorest in the world? Could it be that external control, masked as aid or partnership, is part of the problem?
Africa doesn't own their own wealth. It's their wealth, but they don't own it. Western companies own the mines in Africa. They extract the minerals. They set the prices. They ensure that the wealth will never benefit the people whose wealth it truly is. I mean, look at Congo today. Congo produces 70% of the world's cobalt. That's the mineral that powers your smartphone, your laptop, your electric car. Without Congolese minerals, there's no Tesla, there's no Apple, there's no Samsung. Yet the people of Congo remain among the poorest people in the world. Why? Because their wealth is not theirs. It's stolen by Western corporations, by Western companies. The system is kept in place through war. The West doesn't want a stable and independent Congo. That's why they fund proxy wars, why they support rebel groups like M23. They use other African governments like Rwanda and Uganda to do their bidding, to keep Congo weak so that the wealth remains available for plunder. Wallahi, this is a grotesque injustice. It's a grotesque injustice that disgraces the whole world. Congo is a bleeding, open, gaping wound on this earth. Understand this, Africa will never be free until Congo is free. No matter how well any individual African country does, the continent as a whole will remain wounded, mortally wounded, so long as Congo is being plundered. Please understand.
Another layer to this unfolding story is the disturbing report of multiple failed assassination attempts on Captain Traoré's life. While not officially confirmed, these reports have further fueled suspicion that a coordinated effort is underway to eliminate him. For many Africans, this isn't surprising. It's the same pattern witnessed when other anti-colonial leaders stood their ground. Gaddafi, Sankara, Lumumba, names that echo with tragic familiarity. A particularly emotional response has emerged around the idea of who gets to tell Africa's story.
They try to take out Captain Traoré, people. They try to take him out. I'm scared for his safety. I'm worried. There is no way that a president should be in office for only 2 years and have 18 attempts on his life. I actually have to start asking questions about the security services in Burkina Faso. I have to start asking questions about the other Sahel Alliance countries, Mali and Niger. What are you doing to make sure that this is not happening? Because this is not happening to you people. There's a reason why this keeps happening to Captain Traoré. That's the reason why he must be protected. Because he's the driving force of what is happening with the liberation of West Africa and the Sahel region from neo-colonialism. It's a fact. He's the man who's driving it with the master plan. And it rhymes. Listen, when a president has had 2 attempts on him, everything should get shaken up. People get sacked, entire departments get gutted 18 times. That means that everybody's taking a shot.
Many Africans have expressed frustration that General Langley, himself a black man, was chosen to deliver these accusations. This isn't the first time the U.S. has used a black official to peddle narratives against African nations. It raises uncomfortable questions. Why is a person of African descent being used to sell the idea of African instability? Is this strategy meant to silence Pan-African unity before it fully takes root? The truth is, what's happening in Burkina Faso has become a powerful symbol across the continent. It's an awakening, an uncomfortable realization for many that Africa's poverty may not simply be due to bad leadership or corruption, but by design.
Burkina Faso is on high alert. The nation is shaken. And once again, President Ibrahim Traore proves he's not just a leader, he's a survivor. In a shocking turn of events, 2 foreign snipers have been arrested by Traoré's elite security forces just meters away from the presidential convoy. According to military sources, the snipers were strategically positioned and heavily armed, with clear intent to assassinate President Traoré. But what they didn't know was this. Traoré and his security were 10 steps ahead. Acting on classified intelligence, the army had already set a trap. The snipers were captured before they could pull the trigger, no shots were fired, no lives were lost, and Traoré remained untouched. They tried to silence a revolution, one commander said, but we silenced them first. The snipers, whose identities remain undisclosed, are currently in military custody.
A design that benefits global powers at the expense of local prosperity. And when any leader tries to break that design, they are met with resistance, slander, and sometimes elimination. This conversation has opened old wounds, but also sparked new consciousness. More Africans are now questioning the legitimacy of foreign involvement in their affairs. They are also looking inwards, asking if their nations are truly free or still living in the shadows of colonial puppeteering. As this story continues to unfold, we must ask ourselves, is this about justice or control? Is Captain Traoré a criminal or a patriot being silenced for saying no? And most critically, who should Africans trust, their own voices or the ones handed to them by outsiders? We want to hear your thoughts. Do you believe Captain Traoré is being unfairly targeted? Is Africa finally waking up to the weight of foreign manipulation? What does true freedom look like in a continent still fighting for the right to write its own destiny? Burkina Faso may be small, but its current struggle represents something massive, a turning point in Africa's ongoing quest for freedom, dignity, and self-rule. As Captain Traoré and his people stand firm in the face of pressure, let this moment remind us that sovereignty isn't something handed down. It's something fought for, word by word, act by act, generation by generation. Thank you for watching the Africa News Channel. If you value content that speaks